enjoying an amazing birthday weekend getaway in Lake Travis, Austin, Texas. My husband and I were just chatting as we were walking down this trail about the fact that we're in literally the prime of our life. We are in our early 30s and we have so much potential, so much ahead of us, so much life ahead of us. What can we do with that? What does that look like? From financial gain to, our careers, to our health and fitness, we can achieve still so much. In our 20s, we were kind of we did the whole college thing, we got our degree, but we're also kind of stupid. We partied a lot and made a lot of mistakes as well and learned a lot. But now just in our 30s, we're just realizing that actually no one has any idea what they're doing. And that if we want to do something, we can really do anything we want. The only thing that's preventing us from doing it is really ourselves, our mindset. As I'm reflecting on this past decade and now turning another year, 31, just turned 31, what is kind of the next steps? What is on the horizon? What do we want to design for ourselves? Because really the sky is the limit. And like I mentioned, the only thing that's holding us back is really our mindset and what we believe is possible. So, what we do now affects, will affect our life 10 years from now. So creating a plan and going after it. This next year, I'm going to really I am doing it now, is coaching creatives who have a high calling for their lives. People who are just unsatisfied in the 9-to-5, who are wondering, what's wrong with them? Why can't I just be satisfied in a 9-to-5 corporate job? Why do I feel this nagging feeling that there's something more? And I'm here to tell you that that's normal, that you're not alone. Because you haven't found the right fit, or you feel like you're struggling with the shiny object syndrome because you haven't found that thing that really lights you up and you feel like you can't stop until you find it, well, that's what I'm here to help you navigate. In my recruiting and HR experience, I have the practical skill set to help you find a job. But the fact that I've literally had over 25 jobs in my life, that uniquely positions me to really understand a larger landscape of getting a job, finding out what you like about that job and aspects of it, and really synthesizing those experiences to design and create something that works for you. So that's really my next step. Is the bigger vision for me is honestly really leaning into your God-given gifts, because we all have been given these incredible gifts that we're meant to be, tapped into, that we're meant to be really utilized for God's glory, one, but also for our well-being, our satisfaction on this earth. God didn't just make us to not be happy, to just be miserable in the 9-to-5. He wanted us to thrive. So just really kind of crushing that perception, I'm just never going to be happy. I just have to kind of fit the mold and what I was taught growing up. It's not true that you just get the degree, you're just supposed to work this job for 30 plus years, retire, and that's life. I don't believe that. I don't subscribe to that thought. I really thought that there was something wrong with me when I kept getting laid off or fired, or just found myself in these toxic work environments where my boss was berating me or belittling me and really wanted me to feel small and less than, or just in workplace environments where there was favorites and it was obvious and you felt devalued. I felt like, why do I keep finding myself in these situations? Why can't I just find myself a job that I like, that I enjoy, like everyone else? But I realized not everyone is satisfied or happy. Even my husband, who's making over 6 figures, doesn't love his job, but he's doing it and he gets paid to do it, and it's creating a great source of income for us, but it's not his happiness, his joy. And I think that as human beings, especially as creatives, we have this deep calling to create something for us that not only satisfies that insatiable need or desire to contribute, to impact the world with our unique mix of talent and gift and perception of the world, but also fulfill that deep longing to have financial freedom, to be able to pay off your student debt, to take care of your family, to take care of your aging parents, to be able to go on that vacation, to be able to pay for that surgery, whatever it is that is on your heart to do, like that is possible for us to do. And it's not in the traditional sense of success. Our world system has designed for us to fit in this box, like do this 9 to 5, get this degree, and be quiet and hush and just do your job, and that's it. Like, no, I don't subscribe to that, just like I said. And I'm ready to kind of step into the power of being who I am unashamedly and boldly, so that other people can do the same thing, because I'm definitely not the only one out there who's had over 20 jobs in their life. I started working when I was 14 years old. I'm 31 now, so I've been working for over 15 years. That includes summer jobs, internships in college, corporate jobs, you name it. Everything from being a character performer at Disney World for the Disney College program when I was in college at university, to being an alcohol brand ambassador, giving out samples to college students, being able to just make money, find ways to make money. That's never been an issue for me. Finding a job is not the issue for me. Like, I can get a job, I can get interviews, I can get a job. That's not the problem. The problem for me has been finding something that really aligns with who I am and really allows me to make the highest contribution, which for me is that flexibility to be creative, to think outside the box. And also just the environment for me is a huge piece of me being successful and productive. For example, being able to take breaks when I want to run errands, to have lunch with a friend if I wanted to, because I can, because I want to, and I get to design a schedule that fits for me, versus I'm trying to fit into this mold of when I should be productive, when I should be putting out work, Anyways, I just really believe that that's possible. And I know that others feel that same way, and I'm not the only one. And I'm just going to start sharing my story. Hey, guess what? I'm a multi-potentialite. That means I have more than one passion, interest, skill set. We have the superpower of synthesizing information, collecting data, all the skills and the experiences that we've learned, really putting back out something into the world that's unique and valuable and different. Not that the goal is to be different, it's just that we are. And we, as an Enneagram 4, it's the creatives, as the romantics, we inherently feel like something's wrong with us, when really, as the most rare Enneagram type, we are creators. We are so gung-ho and searching for that thing to make us feel alive. It's not all about the money for us. I thought it was, but yes, I want to make money. I want to make a lot of money so I can take care of family and friends and people and the world and my husband and all of that. But I even deeper want to make an impact. I want to show up, be myself, and get paid to be myself. And that's the journey I'm on. And that's the journey I want to invite you on, is that you can get paid to be yourself. Do I have it all figured out? Definitely not. At 31 years old, I thought I would have way more figured out. I thought I would be this successful international businesswoman, not married. I don't need anyone to take care of me. I can do this on my own. But that totally is not the case. And the Lord always has different plans, and our expectations always better than what we expect. But I feel so incredibly blessed to be where I am, to be married to an amazing man, to be in our first home. We bought our first home when I turned 30. My 30th year, sorry. I am being, supported by my husband to go after my dream, but the dream in my heart that I feel like God has put there. And I'm excited to just step into that boldly instead of denying it and trying to hide it. And I'm opening this conversation. It's kind of a ramble. That's why it's a vlog. For other people who feel the same way, who feel inherently flawed, like there's something wrong with you, but there's not. You're perfectly and wonderfully made the way you are for a reason, and you're not flawed. You're just on a journey, and I don't want to call it self-discovery, but it is self-discovery in the sense of like you're figuring out who you are. You know, you're figuring out, you're just barely coming to terms with the person that you were created to be, accepting that, realizing like instead of hiding, instead of being self-critical, instead of judging yourself for not fitting a mold, for looking different, for having different thoughts, for thinking differently, instead of berating yourself and self-rejecting yourself, putting yourself down, thinking that you're not good enough, we actually can accept the way the Lord made us so awesomely and perfectly, and actually begin to embrace it, love it, appreciate that, and package that in a way we can put back into the world and say, hey, I have something to give and I can help you and I can add value to your life just by being me with a unique skill set, thoughts, opinions, ideas, brilliant, magnificent ideas that we have, and show up in just a really bold and unashamed way. That's what I'm excited about doing in my 31st year, and helping others do the same thing, helping creatives, coaching creatives who are designed for a higher calling. So I invite you to begin to love yourself and accept yourself and embrace yourself for who you are and who God created you to be. I'm going to start putting out more content like this to help you in your journey. And I hope you would join me and that you would find comfort and recognition and feel understood, because you're not alone. You're not alone.